I'm Emily Griffin, Vice President of Marketing, and this is Season 7 with the Lions.
Welcome into another segment, Women in Football, where we're highlighting the women behind the Detroit Lions organization. It's presented by Priority Health. I'm Danny Rogers, and joining me today is Emily Griffin, the VP of Marketing. Emily, take us through your journey. How did you get here to the Detroit Lions?
So I started my career in sports with the Detroit Pistons, working to bring the partnership marketing agreements with their sponsors to life. And those sponsors were in a wide variety of industries, from wireless carriers to quick service restaurants to consumer packaged goods. And in trying to meet the wildly different objectives of all of those brands in their efforts to elevate themselves by partnering with the Pistons. And simultaneously, the media landscape was changing drastically, the explosion of social media and marketing technology. And so I left the Pistons and joined a marketing technology firm with the goal of immersing myself in all of those things and learning how cutting edge brands were capitalizing on it to reach their customers. And in 2014, the Lions were looking for someone to help them grow in that space, drive revenue and expand capabilities in how they reach the fans, where the fans are spending time, which is on Facebook, on mobile apps, and the like. And so I joined the team, and I was very eager to take on more, and here I am.
A Southeast Michigan native, Hope College grad, what piqued the interest in pro sports marketing?
Yeah, I think my interest in marketing and my interest in sports is one and the same. I'm a huge sports fan myself and have always been fascinated by the passion that people have for their teams, the sort of civic pride that is associated with cheering for a team that represents where you're from, and in a lot of cases, who you are. And the relationship that fans have with their teams is very special. It's unique and it's complex. And as a marketer, that's very exciting. It's also sometimes very challenging.
You just segued me into the challenge of this job. So many things to balance and to market such a well-known franchise. What is the biggest challenge of all of those things?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot for sure. And anytime I look good, it's a credit to an unbelievable team. Balancing it comes down to really two ideas that I use to kind of govern our priorities. And the first is, does it help the football team win? If the answer is yes, then it's a priority and it takes precedent. And the second is, does it bring the fans closer to the team? Does it make them love the Lions more? And if it does, then that's a priority and a precedent. But balancing all of those things, all of our teams have different specific objectives. Those are the two big ones for the entire organization. So we ask ourselves those questions, and that takes a big scope of work, and when you put it in that lens, it makes it a little bit easier.
You can see a lot of your direct work reflected in the fan base here in Detroit. So what's been the most rewarding marketing initiative or campaign that you've been able to jumpstart?
I would definitely say, I don't know if it's a campaign, but being a part of the annual Thanksgiving game is such an amazing tradition here in Detroit and really in all of sports. And every year being a part of that is something really special. Another thing that I love about what I do is the way that sports unifies people from all walks of life and generations, and you really see that on Thanksgiving at Ford Field. People who are attending their first Thanksgiving game with with multiple generations of their family, frankly, and passing that fandom down and that tradition. So Thanksgiving for sure is really special.
When you talk to young women who want to break into this industry and eventually rise to the ranks that you are, VP of Marketing, what is the best advice that you give them?
Yeah, I would say that largely the advice I'd give to women is the same I would give to men looking to break into sports. If you have the passion, if you have the fire, if you're willing to make the sacrifice, and there's certainly sacrifice, and to steal a quote of Conan O'Brien's, that's one of my favorites, if you work really hard and you're kind, amazing things will happen. And that's been true for me. And additional advice would be, find people who see some of themselves in you and ask them for help. And then, remember it when you get to be, successful to repay the favor. So that would be my advice. And then certainly not to see your gender as any kind of disadvantage. I mean, this is a time where women are officiating NFL games, they're coaching NFL teams, and they're owning NFL teams. And, there's no role that's off limits to you.